Okay, so one time in high school. Okay, let's start over. Okay, hey Uzi, can you cut this part out? Okay, can you just cut the whole beginning of this video? I don't want the people watching to see this. Okay, so just like I'm gonna count to 3, and then after 3, I want you to cut that. I want you to cut everything before the 3 out of the video. So like if you were watching the video, everything that I'm doing right now you wouldn't see. Okay, you got it? 1, 2. Okay, so in high school. Oh wait, no. Okay, cut that out too. Yeet. Okay, so as many of you guys, also he doesn't edit these videos. That's it. Oh, now I ruined the joke. Maybe I will have him edit this. This is too loud. Okay, so as many of you know, I don't drink. I don't consume alcohol because I'm only 12 years old, and that's illegal. And so when I was in high school and just like throughout my whole life, people were always like, "Wow, you don't drink alcohol? But how do you have fun?" And so, like just throughout my whole life, I've kind of gotten into. That's still too loud. Like I would just get up to hijinks and like just do like I would just we'd kind of like me and my friends would always end up just doing kind of every once in a while we'd end up doing like goofy stuff and just kind of making our own fun because we didn't have like a default or anything. Like the default wasn't just like hang out and drink. Not that there's anything wrong with like having fun with the boys and cracking a few beers or anything. But we'd like do goofy stuff, right? Especially in high school. Like we would play, for example, we'd play night tennis, which is just tennis, but when it's night. And when there's no lights in the court, it's extremely difficult. I mean, I'm not good at day tennis. I am pretty okay at night tennis, given the level of how bad I am at day tennis. I think I'm pretty good at night tennis. We did a bunch of dumb stuff. Not really the point. Anyway, so one of those things that we would do is we went to thrift stores a couple times. And I went with one of my good friends, probably my best friend at the time, my best like high school friend at the time, and we went to this thrift store, right? We were like, you know, trying to make our own fun, so we went to a thrift store, and he found this like beautiful kimono. And I was super jealous. I was like, oh my gosh, that's such a cool kimono. I really want one. And he was like, yeah, like, okay. And so every time I'd go to a thrift store for like the next 2 years, I would look for a kimono, and I could never find one. And it became like my mission. And never found one. Anyway, so then this is like probably junior year. So I'm send battle. Oh, he's telling me to send battle. So I never found one, and it was this whole thing. Like I would go to thrift stores. Like I went to more thrift stores than I would have otherwise because I really wanted a kimono. Like I knew that it was possible. I knew it was possible, but I was just like, it was like my mission, right? But I never got one, and I was really sad. And when I was going away to college, you know, I remember it was me and my friends. I started a Quidditch league at my school, but I read the rules wrong. That's another story. I'll tell that story in another video. Anyway, it was like the last Quidditch match or whatever, and I was hanging out, or actually no, it was that we held a tournament, but the tournament was over. I was just playing with my friends. Yeah, and it was right before we went to college. And my good friend, he was like, "Hey, we're going to college. Like, I got you something." And I was like, "Oh," and he gave me, like, he hands me like the kimono that he gotten at the thrift store, the one that like had inspired my whole kimono hunt. Anyway, I'm home today. Like I'm chilling, and so I've got the kimono on. So that's why I'm wearing this. I apologize for my chest hair. I don't apologize that I'm hairy. But I apologize that if you didn't want to see this. Well, I'm sorry. It's okay. This isn't a good terms of service, is it? My nipples aren't out. I don't have nipples. Wait, YouTube, don't. Sorry, YouTube, please. No! Anyway, WBE week 4. We had a bit of a rough week last week. I have never heard so much about anything I've ever done on YouTube as I did my last week. Like, people were tagging me on Twitter. People were, like, talking about me in Discord. Like, but I just, like, yeah, I mean. No, like, I just didn't realize necessarily that I, like, so the thing about me is, like, the way that I work is I want to do the minimum effort possible while still getting the result that I want. And so, that's my goal. And so I just kind of realized, like, with MV building Duncan's team and Chimpact, like, helping check it, and I don't even know what role Chimpact played, but, and then, like, also Joey and Gator have switched teams. Like, they traded Pokemon and traded back just for my match against one of them. And so I basically, I didn't realize necessarily what I was up against. I didn't realize that there was this hidden conspiracy to take me down. So, that's a joke. 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 Anyway, so I heard a lot about my last match. I don't like losing to begin with, and after all the flack I got, And I just didn't realize, right? If I knew that I was having to work against 2 coaches rather than 1, or, you know, everyone has different styles, right? Like if I knew that I was building for Envy, I would have built a different team than if I was building for Chimpact or, you know, or Gator or Joey. Like, everyone has different styles, and I study that. And so, yeah. Anyway, we're playing IronBoffin. He actually leaves a bunch of the Pokemon I was expecting, and his only defogger is, Altaria. So I'm very glad he has Altaria. This team looks pretty Weezing weak. Okay, wait, I forgot how to play. I was too busy talking. Virizion looks really good minus the Altaria, but Weezing's really good against that. Truthfully, I think he either leads with Metagross or with, Weavile, so I think I'm going to lead with Blastoise, and that also gives me time to put my stuff in. So in this matchup, how do I win? So Shaman's going to have Psychic on it. Is that a problem? Psychic, Earth Power, Seed Flare? Oh no, because I have Mandibuzz. Shouldn't be a problem, but it might be anyway. It could be also Sub-Seed. Actually, Sub-Seed actually makes more sense, I think, because he can Sub and then Leech Seed and then, yeah. So that could be kind of problematic, but Mandibuzz does have both Whirlwind and Taunt. I can also set up Hazards. I think Hazards, like getting a Toxic Spike up is going to be really huge. I think he's going to expect me to lead with Weezing, because I did it the last time I let it. So let's go ahead and, I didn't actually import my Pokemon into the thing. Let's go ahead and do that. Blastoids. Let's do Natalie. So I actually ended up not running Aura Sphere on my Blastoise this week, because I thought the other moves were more important. Metagross is also his only setter. His only rock setter, I think. 15 seconds, that's fine. Mandibuzz is in the calc. Excadrill's in the calc. Also, some people complained about how much I was running calcs last game. So if that bothers you, I apologize. Like, I think it's very interesting to just like to like learn about people's sets as I play, but I understand that's not for everybody. But also, like, you're choosing to watch my content, which is already a questionable decision, so like I don't have that much sympathy, you know? You know? Gamers, you understand me? I feel like calling people gamers, like, in an ironic tone is kind of overdone. Let's see. Shea Bay. Okay, that's unfortunate because that is the Shaman. So, that doesn't tell me anything. I don't know necessarily what the set is on this thing. And this thing is a threat. This thing is a big threat. So, sorry, I kind of rushed. I didn't really prepare that much before the match. So, getting Stealth Rock up here is looking kind of tricky, to be honest. That could be Psyche and Z as well. So let's go ahead and go into Mandibuzz here, I think. He could go for Toxic, like Toxic would be kind of bad. But he doesn't have as many threats to Mandibuzz as I thought. Go ahead and pull it out, man. I'm still on GC stuff. Mandibuzz versus Shaman. I'm surprised he led with Shaman. I'm not that surprised. It depends on his set. This is a moment where I really wish I had U-turn on Mandibuzz, but I decided the other moves were more important. Mandibuzz is mainly here to stop Suicune, actually. So let's see. This could be Sub as well. Seed Flare, okay. So Seed Flare comes out. He gets the drop, okay. 164 down to 212. 212 minus 164, that's 48 damage, meaning he's got some investment. He's probably, he's not modest max special attack. It looks like timid max special attack to me. Kind of want to knock off. Getting dropped there is pretty bad. If I take too much damage here, I can't really roost on anything. But again, I don't really have good answers to Shaman, other than like Verizon. I could go Verizon and just close combat, but that feels kind of dumb. I'm gonna knock off here. Oh no! Okay, that's super bad. I'm so dumb. Okay, that's really bad because that was my best check to that was my best check to Suicune. Okay. That's really bad. And this is my best check to Atari, and I'm probably about to get Z-Psychicked. I did not pay enough respect to Shaman. Okay, that's right. We can still hold it together. Psychic doesn't do that much. Let's see if this is Z-Psychic. Psychic, okay. How much is Sludge Bomb doing? 2 at KO? me go for Sludge Bomb. If he's Z-Psychics here, I'm gonna be super tilted. He could also be Expert Belt. That might actually make sense given how much stuff that that MANDIBZZ'S did. Yeah, I might have messed it. I think I messed this up. I think I didn't really. I keep messing up against the leads. Also, Sludge Bomb's not going to do that much damage. It's like a 2-hit KO at best. Dazzling Gleam. Seed Flare. Okay, he overpredicts. That's good. Gets another drop. That's bad. He's like max speed, and I don't get the special defense drop. Okay, I'm switching out here into Gigalith. Yeah, I'm just gonna be careful. Losing MANDIBZZ'S there is really bad. However, it's not the end of the game. It's just MANDIBZZ'S was my main pivot in this game, so it's just gonna make things super difficult. I think the protect here is very obvious. He stays in actually, so let's see. This should be Psychic, but if he could also make a read. Goes for Psychic. Okay, this shouldn't do that much. Should do almost nothing, to be honest. Okay. I think I just protect here. I think the way that he's playing this thing makes me feel like he's just, like, committing to whatever happens. You know? I can't believe I let MANDIBZZ'S go down there. That was really bad. I should have just hard into Wheezing turn 1, but I mean, if he's gonna drop, like... I mean, Seed Flare, is that a 50% chance to drop or a 30? It doesn't really matter, to be honest. I just have to hold it together. How do I beat Suicune now? Okay, stays in. I don't think he has Z-move on this thing. I think it might be Expert Belt. Seed Flare again. Leftovers, trying to burn, trying to sand, which is kind of nice. Let's take a step back. Let's take a step back here. Okay, taking a step back. If we chip the Suicune, everything on this team is in range of Sandrush Excadrill with Z-Ground. So we're gonna have to play this game a lot more offensively than I would have liked. But it's not necessarily super bad. I think it'd be a reach if he goes for Psychic here, but it is a possibility. No, because he already overpredicted once, so we didn't want to do it again. He shouldn't do that much. No, not very much at all. Okay, I have a choice here. He knows that I'm faster, right? So I kind of want to Stone Edge, but I think he goes into Metagross here. So I'm just gonna close combat. I just can't afford to overpredict in this situation. And once I get Shaman off the field, like, it's almost in range of Aqua Jet, to be honest. And yeah. Everything on this team minus Shaman is in range of, minus Suicune is in range of Excadrill, which also means if I can set Toxic Spikes up. Oh, sorry, I didn't explain this. So the reason why I didn't Stone Edge there is, number one, it can miss, and number two, the one thing that I'd be Stone Edging for is Altaria, and it doesn't do that much damage, first of all, and second of all, Altaria lets me get into Wheezing for free. Altaria can't really do anything to threaten Wheezing, to be completely honest. So he actually just lets me take Shaman. I'm super cool with that. I'm super cool with that. Frankly, it's a pretty, like, I don't feel good about that trade. I don't feel good about that whole interaction. But given how bad it looked when we lost MANDIBZZ'S, I think we're still in this. I still have Metagross is gonna be really hard, especially if it's like Z Electric. Metagross. Weavile's in range, Suicune's not in range. Metagross, I need to get Metagross down, I need to get Suicune, Weavile. Altaria. Altaria, Metagross are the things that are in the way of Virizion as well. Altaria and Metagross, and then what's the last one? Altaria. We brought something weird. Rhydon. Okay, so in terms of Scarf Virizion, Scarf Virizion is not as good here as I thought because he didn't bring all the Pokemon I expected. I didn't expect him to bring Rhydon. I honestly didn't expect him to bring Altaria given how good my team is against it. I also didn't expect Shaman, because I was like Tornadus T and MANDIBZZ'S and Wheezing all kind of do very well against it. I can also Swords Dance. If I Swords Dance with Extra Drill? I don't even need to Swords Dance if I chip the Shame with the Suicune, though. Yeah, honestly, if I get Extra Drill and Sand at the right time, nothing can switch in. Alright, yeah, that should be Weavile. So I have two options here, right? I can stay in close combat because I'm Choice Scarf and I outspeed him, right? I can get greedy. However, I'm almost positive that I got an Ice Shard. And I think if I switch out here, like Blastoise is built to counter this thing. I think it'd be a real reach to go for knockoff here. Additionally, Blastoise baits in Suicune, and I can Toxic on that. He switches, so I did reveal him Scarf, which is unfortunate. Daenerys, it sounds like a dragon. It is Altaria, okay. So I revealed him Scarf, which is kind of bad. But it's still better to be in this position than to have close combat it again, probably. I'm gonna go Natalie here. I checked all the moves. I don't think Altaria gets anything for... I'm pretty sure Altaria doesn't get anything for Wheezing. And I'm max special bulk Wheezing, so... Let's see. Like, even Draco Meteor... Oh, actually, Draco Meteor does a lot. But I live Draco Meteor and then another one. And Dragon Pulse doesn't do that much. I don't think he'd run Draco Meteor either. Like, Dragon Pulse would be probably the worst case scenario. Do I think he has Defog on this thing? That's the other question. Because I watched one of his past games and he actually didn't bring Defog. Also, I'm Quiet Blastoise, so that probably means that he's staying in. Stays in. Also, doesn't have good Weezing switch-ins, to be honest. Let's see if he's physical or special. Let's see what happens. Return. Okay, physical 142 all the way down to... That did nothing. Okay, cool. So, what are my options here? I want a Will-O-Wisp. Will-O-Wisp kind of hits everything, to be honest. Like, Will-O-Wisp just kind of super messes up whatever he does here. I'm gonna Will-O-Wisp. Wheezing looks really strong here now that I got rid of Shaman, which is kind of a stupid thing to say. Let's be completely honest with ourselves. That's a dumb statement to make. He does switch, so I think this is Metagross. And getting a burn on Metagross would be really nice. Rochester Rhydon. Okay. Let's see. Please hit. Okay, we do connect the Will-O-Wisp. Now, this is good and bad. The bad news is I'm gonna let him get his, Stealth Rock up here. And the good news is... I get Toxic Spikes and a burn on the Rhydon. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be Stealth Rock. I'd be shocked if it did anything else. It doesn't get knockoff or anything. Stealth Rock, yeah, okay. I feel like this is a pretty obvious switch to Blastoise in this position, so, but what can you do about it, right? So I have two options here. I have three options. I can Will-O-Wisp, expecting him to go into Metagross. I can Toxic Spikes again to try and get another layer up. I don't actually know if that's beneficial, though. Like a second layer. Depends a lot on the Altaria, I guess. I can also... Switching into Blastoise seems like the best move. Losing MANDIBZZ'S is going to make Suicune so hard. I'm just going to Will-O-Wisp. I don't know, it might be dumb, but... Yeah, it was dumb. Does he go for Roar? Smackdown. Oh, that's interesting. Didn't, like, do any damage, though. This is obviously Smackdown Earthquake. I think I go Blastoise here, take a little bit of damage, but not much. Let's see, no, not that one. And go for, I'd probably go for Rabbit Spin in this case. Because, like, getting rid of Pokemon at this point is really important, because I want to force him to get poisoned. Ah, he got me. Okay, yeah, that's bad. That's really bad. I should have protected. But that's okay. Okay. Let's just keep it together. Okay. The good thing is also, Altaria's already Mega Evolved, which means that's a permanent poison. I'm Rapid Spinning here. Last 2 turns kind of questionable. I should slow down. Everyone in the comments is going to be like, slow down. I know. Metagross. How are we dealing with Metagross in this situation? Because it's looking kind of threatening given that I just let Blastoise get poisoned. Also Weavile. Those are both huge threats at the moment. He honestly might stay in here and just attack. But the thing is, Rhydon can't really do anything outside of Stealth Rocking again. Then again, that's not the worst play for him. It like guarantees that he keeps rocks up, and every turn that I waste Rapid Spinning, he gets more poison damage on me. So that's why that Toxic was actually a really good play on his end. Letting MANDIBZZ'S go down was so bad. Like MANDIBZZ'S was my backbone against his physical Pokemon this week. And like of course I have other stuff. I could have also gone into Excadrill there and just gone for a KO. Like I wasn't taking damage from the rocks. I wasn't that worried about it. He really should sack Rhydon here, but it also depends on the Suicune set, right? Because I don't know if he wants to go Suicune and get poisoned, and I also don't know if he wants to go Suicune until after he's dealt with Virizion. Because Virizion looks like, to him, the only thing stopping him. Does he stay in? I honestly agree with that play. If he Stealth Works again, I agree. I don't want the Rock Set, but they're not that bad. Yeah, that was a good move. He can just Stealth Rock again. I can't do anything to stop it. Yeah, I agree. I think I have to Scald here. Yeah, I have to Scald. Like, I can't do anything else. And if he goes into Suicune here, he's just a Lord. But I think he's gonna Stealth Rock again. Honestly, going into Suicune actually isn't even that bad for me, because if he goes, Suicune is only switching to this, because Weavile and Altaria can't really don't really want to switch in, and then, wait, Smackdown, Earthquake, Stealth Rock, Toxic. I can set up on this thing with Excadrill, that's the other thing. Yeah, he can only go into Suicune here, and Suicune taking Poison, showing its item. Also, depending on the spread, Suicune switching in just puts it in range of Z-Ground from Excadrill. So, and also, Metagross, Altaria, only Weavile probably outspeeds, right? Weavile's the only fast thing left on this team, right? Because it's Metagross is going to underspeed Excadrill, Rhydon underspeeds Excadrill, Altaria is going to underspeed Excadrill, Suicune probably underspeeds Excadrill. It's not a guarantee. Oh, I need to check to see if are any of my Pokemon around that speed tier? If he switches out, I'm gonna be so mad. Okay, yeah, he just stacks Rhydon. Okay, that's fine. Blastoise is my only removal this week. Okay, none of my Pokemon are around that range. Blastoise is not around that range. Okay. Okay. I'm not even sure it's worth removing the rocks, to be honest. Metagross. Altaria gets poisoned, so this also puts a lot more pressure on, this puts a lot more pressure on Altaria. This puts a lot more pressure for Virizion. Question is, who does he go into here, right? Does he go into Altaria, and let himself, like, get poisoned? His best play probably is go into Altaria, defog, and then go into Suicune. To be completely honest with you. That's Suicune. Okay, I have 2 options here. I think I don't want to let him set up here. Really wish I had more than MANDIBZZ'S for this thing, because if this thing starts like sub-calm minding, it's gonna be problematic. I think I have to go Virizion here. I need to know what this thing is doing. I can't afford to like have it sub in front of me if it's just gonna be sub-calm mind. I'm very afraid of Rest, Sleep, Talk, Calm Mind. So Virizion kind of puts pressure on all that. Take a little bit of chip damage. Let's see if he goes what he goes for. It's Tailwind, actually. Okay. That's interesting. Tailwind. Okay. Okay, so Virizion is Adamant. 153. So he can have Z Ice. 153 times 1.5 divided by 2. I'm at 115. If he's 115 speed steady, outspeeds me. However, given that he's running Tailwind, I don't think he's that fast. So I have a couple plays here. I can go into Jigglypuff, which covers Metagross switching, kind of. not that well, to be honest. I can close combat covering Metagross switch in, which also doesn't cover it that well, and just puts me in the back foot next turn. I can Leaf Blade this turn. I think I go with Jigglypuff here, see what he wants to do. I wouldn't be surprised if he was Z-Ice. And if he switches out, this also tells me a little bit about his set. And also, I have 2 Pokemon with Protect, which happen to burn Tailwind very well. Pokemon I'm the most worried about right now is Metagross. Especially given its Tailwind Suicune, I'd be kind of surprised if it was Tailwind Rest. Going Gigalith also lets me Protect, sack something, and sack Blastoise, for example, go into Excadrill and just fire off the Z-Ground and Oko something for sure. The problem is I don't take Iron Head or Meteor Mash that well from Metagross, but the other thing is, okay, wait, so Metagross doesn't have Stealth Rock, so what, it can afford to use, Thunder Punch, Zen Headbutt, Iron Head, Earthquake? Does he even need, he probably needs something for, oh, but it could have Bullet Punch as well. Okay, so he either stays in or he's slower into Tailwind, both of which make sense. Frankly, I'm not even opposed to him, staying, I'm not even opposed to him, oh. What the? Okay. Does he have leftovers? He does not. That's good damage. This thing is the only thing in the way of my, why is he extra sensor? 2 turns of Tailwind left, and I've already revealed Protect. I'm not going to overpredict here. I think it's pretty easy to overpredict in this situation. I think there's a good chance he switches out here. However, yeah, I think there's also a good chance he just stays in. He could, Rain Dance, he could Calm Mind, he could Rest, he could Hydro Pump. That's also an option. So he's offensive with Extra Sensory and Hydro Pump. Okay, last turn of Tailwind. He's taking a lot of passive damage each turn. I don't want to sack Gigalith here because I think I can win with, Excadrill. So I have 2 options here in my opinion. I can go into Virizion. It's a very obvious switch. Wait, but how? I still have 3 turns of Sand left. Go into Virizion, take the obvious switch, and then try and switch with Excadrill if I die. And if I don't die, lock into Leaf Blade or Close Combat, both of which are solid. See Water? Hydro Vortex. I think I live this. Not positive, but Virizion is busted special defense. That also tells us the item, which also means everything on this team is in range of Excadrill. So I think I can win this with... This is going to do nothing. I think this can do 35%. I think. I don't know. I'm not used to offenses this weekend. 95, down to 40. So it's 55 damage. And not faster. So it did 55 with Fizzy Hydro Pump. Meaning he's max special attack. It's probably it's either a mid-roll neutral nature or a low-roll max special attack. And close combat's probably not going to kill. Oh wait. Close combat probably kills here. I think I just lock into close combat. I don't want to give him any free switches. Metagross is the only thing that can switch in on this thing anyway, so... And if he resets Tailwind, it's not that big a deal because at this point Virizzion's kind of... He switches. So something he can close combat here and a poison in a sand. So he actually lets Altaria take all that. That's fine. I'm almost thinking, is it worth it to save Virizion? That is non-trivial damage. So Virizion and Blastoise are both kind of dead weight here. However, I do take a turn of... I do have another chance with, he's not Rest Sleep Talk on either. I think I really have no reason not to do this, to be honest. What's the worst case scenario, right? The thing is, I think it's worthwhile saving Virizion because if I save Virizion and Blastoise both as sacks, like I said, everything in this team dies to Excadrill at this point. And we know his Weavile's not Scarf, so we don't have to worry about that. So all I need you to do to win this game is Gigalith in, sack something, Excadrill, KO, KO. Gigalith in, sack something, Excadrill, KO, KO. That seems like it's going to win the game for me. Take a little bit of damage, not very much to be honest. So in this situation, does he sack his Altaria? I kind of want to just Will-O-Wisp again. I got him with that last time. I think I can get him with it again. However, he could just Roost. He doesn't really lose anything by just roosting here. How bad? The thing is, I really can't look forward to letting it into Metagross here. So I am going to Will-O-Wisp. I honestly think he Roosts or he returns again. Because I did it last time. Or he goes into Sweep and just try and sack that off. And I think he probably realizes that Metagross is win condition. So again, I don't think Will-O-Wisp is the proper play here. But I feel obligated to go for it anyway. What I'm hoping is that he panics and feels like he's under a lot of pressure and taking too much damage, and that if he loses Weezing, he's going to lose. Because he probably realizes how dire the situation is with Excadrill as well. We also know it's not Z Metagross, which is good to know. I think my stupid Blastoise is outsped by Metagross. That actually super dumb. Then again, last time he wasn't poisoned on his Altaria. That's a big difference, because last time he went to Rhydon and I Will-O-Wisp, he wasn't poisoned on Altaria. So Will-O-Wisp probably makes less sense for him this turn. He goes for Return again. I honestly agree with that. Just 25, 35 damage. So he is dealing damage, it's just not very fast. I guess I can just sack Weezing here. I think he just returns again. I'm just gonna Sludge Bomb. If he switches now, I don't think he's gonna switch. He goes for Return again. Getting rid of Altaria is fine. I'm just trying to whittle down this team, right? The nice thing is that Virizion will die to Stealth Rock plus Sand, I think. Pretty sure. Yeah, it should. If he goes into Suicune, I can just protect. Him setting up Tailwind could be bad, but the fact is, since both Weezing and Gigalith have Protect. Stark, okay. Here's a Weavile. What are you gonna do here? And why is he Pressure and not Pickpocket? So I guess he's not Focus Sash. And even though he's not Z-move, I'm just gonna Protect. I have really no reason not to. It's free damage. We know he's not Scarf. That's pretty much all we know about him. And we're not physically bulky. Goes for Knockoff, okay. Okay, I've been kind of playing fast the whole game. I think now is the time I have to focus. So we've got a Weavile, and it's very likely Choice Band, and it's likely locked into Knockoff. The way that I win this game is if I get Excadrill and Sand at any point, I can win the game. So I can go into Gigalith now, take the Knockoff, and save myself a sack. Well, it doesn't really matter if Gigalith is healthy at this point, right? It's all about Excadrill and getting himself free switch-ins. So I go Gigalith here. I think it's extremely unlikely that he kills me in one shot. If he does, I'll probably... No, I probably won't lose. Because how does he deal with, like... If he kills me in one shot here, which is like, what, the worst case scenario? Oh, wait. I'm also physically bulky. Knockoff? That's Choice Band. Okay, cool. Choice Band Weavile, okay. So, who do I sack? And does he just attack again? Or does he double out into a Metagross? I think it's worth saving. I think I'm gonna go into Weezing here. Okay, excellent. Okay, so that's good. We sack Weezing here. 3 turns of Sand left. Knockoff. Excellent. Excadrill comes in. And I really hope I'm Sand Rush, because I was supposed to be. And if I'm not, things are going to get really hairy really fast. Although I could always just go into Virizion in close combat. Although, that would not be ideal. Sand Rush. Okay, cool. Free Earthquake here. No reason not to. I'm faster than this thing. To KO on something. We turn 1, turn 2. We have 3 turns of Sand left. I'm a little afraid of Shuka Metagross, but I don't think it can live, I don't think it can live Z-Ground. I can't. Oh! Oh, that's Mega Metagross. It actually does live Z-Ground. Funnily enough. It's a roll on max, on no HP Metagross. And do we dot Earthquake? In return? We actually do. Huh. Okay, so that could be bad. If it's Shuka Metagross, it survives. And I dot Earthquake. Hopefully it's not Shuka Metagross. The other option was the Swords Dance here. It really, do we mess this up? I think I have enough priority on my team to win the game regardless. Though honestly, maybe not. Okay, I think that should do it then, because he doesn't, yeah, because now, yeah, that should do it. Even if his Shuka Metagross here, he'll take too much damage where Scald will KO from Blastoise, and I have priority on Verzion with Quick Attack. I wasn't sure about the last move, but Quick Attack actually could come in handy here. I have priority on Verzion with Quick Attack, I have priority on Blastoise with Aqua Jet, although I just realized Blastoise is slower than Metagross. Oops. We still have to play this dumb mind game. If he goes into Metagross, he tries to get to the Z ground. What if he's not Shuka Berry? Oh, Earthquake KOs if he's not Shuka Berry. Okay. That's only no... Wait, why is Earthquake so bad? Wait, why is it not Okoing Metagross? Suicune comes in. Alright, that's fine. Suicune, I swear to God, if Suicune lives this... No way. No way does he live this. Yeah, I'm just going for it. Yeah, I'm just going for it. There's no way he lives this. He's not bold. He's not running defense EVs. I probably died at Hydro Pump, though. There's no way he lives this. I actually was super scared there. Okay, that should do it. Colossus. Let's see if he's Shuka Berry. Even if he's Shuka Berry, I think I can win because I have Quick Attack on Verzion and Blastoise has enough health left. But, yeah. MVP of this game, definitely... I feel really dumb sacking MANDIBZZ'S. Like, that definitely made this so much harder than it needed to be. I'm lucky he didn't bring a different Verzion set, but also... I just can't believe he brought that Shaman. Like, in front of Tornadus. Like, knockoff Hurricane, U-turn, Grass, not Tornadus, would have just blown through this team, right? I guess he'd Weavile. Even still, that just seems tough. Yeah. I've used Excadrill a couple times, and I feel like no one's really respecting the Sand Rush. Like, every time like, there's so many weeks I go back and I watch, and I'm like, if I brought Sand Rush, like, I just keep bringing Choice Scarf Mold Breaker, but I really don't feel like, I feel like very few of my opponents have prepared well for, like, late game Sand Rush Excadrill sweep, especially with Z move. So, that's another tool I'm adding to the arsenal. Now that I've revealed that I'm willing to do it. I don't really love Sand Rush, to be honest, because, yeah, it requires you to bring Gigalith. However, there's obviously a reason. It's pretty good. It just feels so, like, weather, like, speed boosting weather just feels so much worse in singles. I wonder what he's thinking about. Maybe he's just trying to find a way out of the game. If he has Protect, maybe. But, unlikely. We also don't know if he's Shuka Berry. And I also don't think he has Protect. There's no reason to run Protect on a Metagross in singles. Okay, no Protect. Let's see if he's Shuka. I can't believe I sacked MANDIBZZ'S. I realized, like, so, like I was saying at the beginning, like, I like, even though I won, probably, I still feel like this wasn't up to my standards. Like, I need to start taking this more seriously if people are gonna, like, be working as hard as they are to, yeah, that's the game, to beat me. So I think I need to review this match and see what I did wrong. I think my prep was kind of bad. I think parts of my prep were good. Obviously, late game Excadrill sweep I identified correctly. But most of my, like, and Weezing was pretty good, and Verzion was good, but, like, Blastoise was pretty bad, and the way that I used MANDIBZZ'S and let it go down, like, that's 2 weeks in a row that I've let him on kind of get stuck in a position that it shouldn't have been in the first place, because I didn't know, right? It would have been easy to check to see if Shaman had anything to hit MANDIBZZ'S super effectively, but I just didn't look, right? I just assumed that he wouldn't have it. When really, if I saw Seed Flare and I knew Psychic, it is a pretty easy, like, thing to assume Earth Power, and, like, then what are you running? Synthesis? She's not bringing Synthesis to Gigalith, most likely, or I at least should have checked for the possibility. I at least should have calced to see if I could die to that, right? I could, if I'd checked, I could have covered for it. So, sorry, yeah, definitely good game to Boffin, not entirely sure to pronounce it, but very nice guy, cool team. But yeah, I'm gonna have to, like, step it up. There's no other way to say it. Like, my play last week was sloppy, and frankly, my play this week was not. It was pretty sloppy. Like, I brought it back because I had a couple big sweepers, and, like, I had some good prep, but overall, this was sloppy play. So, yeah, gonna try and do better in the future. I'm playing Joey next week, I think, and he's, like I said, he's changed his team specifically for my match, so that'll be fun. But I don't know. Without even knowing what his Pokemon are, I still think I could do it. So, yeah, good game again, and thank you guys for watching. See you next time. Peace.